Alrighty, I am gonna work on some scales, diatonic scales, well, diatonic exercises. Okay, so hopefully this won't have like a crazy weird sound. Alright, so what I'm doing, I just want to get my fingers used to playing through these different combinations, within these major scales, or major or minor scales. All right, so look. So here's the thing. Within American music, most popular music, we're playing 1 to 4 to 5, or 1, and then we got 2 5 1s. It's moving by way of fourths. So sometimes you can play around with arpeggios, just stuff like. I'm just playing around, just playing arpeggios, right? So look, I have a song called Child's Play, all right? And it's so the changes go from 1 to the 4. So it just go chromatically down from the 3, flat 3, 2, 5, 1, 4, and then 3, 3, flat 3, 2, 5, 1, for the most part. So to work on something like that, I can play. Now, what I would do to practice connecting these changes together, I can play linear lines, something like. That's just for the most part trying to do 1, 2, 3, 5, right? So instead of going da da, I'll do. Now, that is E in the bass with a C major chord on top. Then the next one is diminished. And then that's the third of D minor, which is F. So I can play an F major right there, F major 7. So, and then we got 5. So instead of going down to the 5, I can go to the nearest chord tone, like a fifth. That's just 7, 5, 3, 1. These are arpeggios. And I'm connecting these diatonic shapes or arpeggios or linear lines. I'm connecting it to a song because that's how you can get more fun out of what you practice. Where you're not just practicing scales and practicing the different modes of scales without an application. You know what I'm saying? So you can practice. But it's easier or more. It's more fun, or you can get more use out of what you practice if you apply it to a song that you know. So if I apply playing my modes through my song that goes 1, 5, 3. You do 3, flat 3, 2, 5, or 3, 6, 2, 5. Usually it's just flat 3. So I can say. Now, here's where the bebop scale can come in, because on some of those we need to connect the um, the scale into the next chord change. So then so I can do like some enclosures to connect these. You know. You know. Oh, had a call come in. It's all about what makes sense directionally. And I think a lot of these calling, but a lot of times you got to take the time to connect your lines and try to play continuous, you know. You know, and these are just easy arpeggios and like scales. Linear lines is when you're moving stepwise. Arpeggios when you're doing thirds. Okay. Now, how can we make that hip? We're just going from 1 to the 4. So one thing you can do is try to create a scale that connects into a chord tone that's not the root. So let's start on the third. Now, right there, let's see what I did. Now, I started on the third. Now, at that point, I just went up stepwise. Now, at this point, I'm going to play an enclosure because it's all about connecting to the 4 chord. So the enclosure is. Now, my ear is hearing a line that connects to that. So I'm hearing. Now, what is that? What is that? All right, so let's see what that is. So all of that is a linear line, stepwise, going up on the third of C. I'm saying, so that would be E, starting on E. Here's your enclosure. Now right here I'm gonna play arpeggio. All that is that's D minor, 7, arpeggio. But once I get down, and that D minor is over the F chord, which is just a relative minor. Now I'm spitting out the theory quick, but some of you all might grasp it, and then some might miss it. But the most important thing is to hear it, and I can hear it just because over the years of practicing and listening to jazz, I have a concept of how I want to maneuver through the changes. And so I'm just spelling it out to you for those that understand theory. If not, you understand the numbers. And for the most part, a lot of songs, you'll hear the 1 chord, you hear the 4 chord, you hear the 6 chord. So the 4 and the 6 are related, and you know, the 2 and the 5 are related, you know, because they're just different modes of the same thing. So I can play a G major, and I can play E minor. You know, the arpeggio is, but if I play, that's a F major 7. If I play a D minor 7, I'm just going down the third. You know, that's a D minor 9. And the D minor 9 is 1 3 1 3 5 7 9. And if I go to the 1 3, if I go to the 3, and that becomes 1, that's 3 5 7 9, which is 1 3 5 7. That's F major. So that's why I said they're related. So if you start looking at the modes, whenever you have a song that's diatonic, meaning that each chord in the song is really all connected to a family, the family of C major. You know what I'm saying? You know, C major, the relative minor is A. You know what I'm saying? So, and so once you start learning your modes and you start learning the chords that exist within songs, and you start playing these scales, the linear lines with arpeggios, and start thinking about how you can connect from 1 to 4, like what I'm doing here. So at that point, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you know, so if 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, that's really good right there. You can just practice a major, 2 major chords connected to each other, you know, just a bar apiece. So that line right there. So we got a few different things going on. You hear linear, you hear enclosure, and you also hear arpeggios. And that's all, for the most part, what you'll be juggling in improvisation. So that's all linear. Here's the enclosure. Here's an arpeggio. Here's another arpeggio. You know. You know. That's another enclosure. That's an, that's a good line. I went down beta to the 9 because I can't ba da da da, you know, like you would on the tenor, but I can't get that low A. You know, you would hear that. You know, that's like that's one usually like rhythm change. You know, 1 6 2 5 3 6 2 5 1 4 sharp 4 1 4 sharp 4 5. No, what am I doing wrong? 1 3 4 sharp 4. There it is. 3 6 2 5. But in this, I'm going. This is my song. So that right there, a little lick. What is that? 5. That's a lick to play on the 5. What is that? That's like an arpeggio. I mean, it's the third. The interval is a third, but it's a linear line really, and that's over G7. So I started on the 7, the flat 7, to the 9, and then at that point, that's an arpeggio. I'm just starting on the 7, 9, and then the what is that in relation to? That's the 4. You know, and I might be throwing this off fast because I'm seeing the chord in my head. I mean, you know, I'm seeing the chord. You can have a visual of the piano, or you can just know, have it from just, you know, knowing how it relates on the saxophone. I know what an A7 is. You know, A7 on here is right. That's 1 3 5 7 5 3 1. But I'm going to the flat 7. All that is once again, it's just a different mode of really D major. So let me not get you confused because I'm throwing out sometimes I'll throw it out for saxophone, which is B flat. The soprano is B flat concert. So I'm gonna say everything in B flat concert. Okay, so if we looking at this song, it's in the key of C concert, C major, and on sax, on the tenor, I mean soprano, it'll be a D major. But look, all I'm doing is we'll look at G7, right? G7 the concert. All right. That's 1 3 5 7 5 3 1. If I go down a whole step and I go to the flat 7, the reason why it sounds good is because it's related. It's a part of the family, right? So you can play you can play. All right, so all I did is play, and then I walk down linearly. Same thing. Watch this. You know, but that I played the actual root of that. Um, Now I got to put some closure on it so it'll make sense because I ended on the 7. You know, that's a way for me to bring it home. So look, you can say. That's a longer traveling lick. That's another way to get down to the 3rd to resolve it. And this is just 2/5. What is that? That's an enclosure. I call it a 4-note enclosure because I'm enclosing the 3rd. So when I say the 3rd, the 2-5-1 is just D minor to G7 to C major. So I'm gonna enclose the 3rd of D, which is F. And so this particular one, you're gonna start a whole step below, and then you're gonna play that note and then a half step up. Then you're gonna go above the note a whole step, and you're gonna play that note and then a half step down. So that's why I say it's a 4-note enclosure. That's a bebop scale. Now, the reason why you put the little bebop scales in there because you're trying to lead to land on a certain note for the line to all line up correctly. And so those are things that intuitively I kind of hear because it's a matter of timing. It's like when you're playing basketball and you go in for a dunk, you got to time your feet to where you can you know, jump off that left foot. Most people are right-handed, you can say. So they jump off with the left foot and then, you know, glide like that. Oh, let me see, is that right? Let me see. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. I used to ball. Or you have to time if you're going to lead with that left foot and then bring the right in and jump up to jump off of both feet. But timing is everything in sports. And so it's the same thing with playing music, because these lines that we want to execute happen in a matter of milliseconds. And so your articulation and your fingering and the chords, the right notes that you play, it has to all fire off at the right time. So you got to practice your transitions. And think about the reason why it's so important to work on 2-5-1s and practice, you know, playing these diatonic mode, the scales and these different lines like linear lines, arpeggios. Why it's so important to play it through 2-5-1s is because in our music and American culture, that's pretty prominent, and it's a foundation, especially in American songbook. A lot of standards, popular songs, you know, is all 1-4-3-6-2-5-1, 1-6-2-5. You know, that's like a common harmonic, uh, you know, changes, harmonic changes, progression, chord progressions, right? So you have to practice that and then practice your lines starting on different degrees, you know. You know, and those, when you play those bebop scales, the major ones, that's a certain one. You know, and it's all about what you want to say. And you might listen, it's like, man, I can't do that. I don't hear that. And if you're not hearing it, you just have to listen to bebop. Bebop is the foundation, really, of the blues and bebop is like foundation in popular um, in music. I say popular music because we come a long way um, today in 2023, and it's a lot of gaps and stuff that people have gotten away from in terms of harmony. We've gotten very simple now. Most pop music is just 1-5 or 1-4, you know, three, which is really the one with the third and the bass. Um, you know, especially in gospel music, a lot of the chord progressions is really diatonic movement, but you'll hear things that are out or outside of the diatonic. But it's really on the foundation, I'm still saying, of, you know, moving by force or like, uh, you know, dealing with 2-5-1s. So if you go back and you research music and listen to music from 30s, 40s, bebop was like a really, really hot thing in America. And so the reason why we dig into bebop so much as jazz musicians, because there's such a deep archive and so much language and historical things that we can learn from all of the jazz greats, from you know, Bill Evans, Billy Strayhorn, of course Duke Ellington, um, you know, Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, all of these guys, Bud Powell, Phineas Newborn, Oscar Peterson. There's so much language and information that we can learn from. And once you dig into that, you will learn a whole bunch and then sit and take basic 1-4 and start trying to connect going from 1-4 and then 6-5. You know what I'm saying? So look. So I'm just thinking about 1, 4, and then let's do 3, 6, 2, 5. That's 3, 3, 6, 2, 5. Now, another thing I'm doing, you got my articulation in there as well. So my articulation is I'm doing doodle tonguing in certain spots and some places not. So it's just a matter of finding the right um, rhythmic articulation to shape the line, you know. But anyway, I wanted to get to something because you can practice. It's so much to practice, but what I do, I had a full week, month last month of playing every weekend. This I played yesterday. I was playing with my man Arlington Jones at Salmon Center. Yesterday we had a concert and we practiced Monday and Tuesday, and we were playing his tunes. And I had to play soprano, so I've been playing soprano here more, and it's been good. You know, I like my sound. I'm kind of still limited playing high. I don't really play past F, and it still don't want to come out. But I gotta practice. So if I do something like, oh, this is what I practice with my student. And I was just doing. And then. So I want to practice that some more. And the part I have problems on, I'm gonna practice that over and over. So right there. So now the reason why that's kind of funny is because when I'm going from the right hand to the left, doing the break over the break. When I say over the break, for those that are not saxophone players, you know, we have to push the octave key, and like you know, when our octave is done, I got to start over. But I play the octave key to get the higher notes. So sometimes when we're going over the break, it can be we can mess up. So I need to practice that transition. You know. You know, because we're jumping, the intervals are big enough where I'm jumping. It's really thirds, but that right there is a fourth. It's an augmented fourth. That's a fourth. So all about how you see it too. That's very important. You got to think about what you're playing. Don't just play it and not understand the different connections to what you're playing. So I got a connection to what I'm playing physically by my fingers. I got a connection to what I'm playing even visually, how I'm thinking about it theoretically or visualizing, what it looks like. I also have a connection to the sound. I know what this pattern sounds like. So for me to be able to dial it really into my memory, I know what it sounds like, but I got to know what it feels like. And for me to be able to play it fast, I have to have gone over it enough times where my hands just don't have to, my fingers don't have to think about it. So I can play each shape separately, you know. Uh, but if I want to play it together, that right there, it gets me. So I would have to play the connection between. So I would play those two. Make things simple. You know, uh, things might sound complicated, but split it up, chop it up, so you can see what's actually happening. When you dissect what's going on and you get the smallest parts of something that's more complex, when you get the smallest little pieces, and then figure out what are the areas that's giving you problems, because usually it's just an interval. It's just one little interval that you're not used to doing, and that's really the fourth coming. And that's a lot. I'm using all of my fingers, right? At least four. Now I'm going from my palm key to playing that G sharp. Now I can say, I can go play a closed D, and then I'm working my right hand and left instead of my left. So I can see which one is quicker. Now, if I do the right hand, I'm using the octave key because I got to play the octave key to play that D. So the movement is boom. That's the movement as opposed of. So that's something to think about. It's quicker for me to go instead of going, because it's more I got to do. It's more work playing it that way. So. This reminds me of my tune too, Island Dance in B flat, A flat concert. So, that was. That's just. 2, 5, 1. Two, 5, 1. What am I doing? I'm figuring out lines that help me maneuver through playing these changes, outlining these changes. There we go. Now, so I got to work on that right there. Why is that hard? All right, now let's go over this because this is very important. Why am I having to slow down? Because think about it, it's my movement, right? I'm using all fingers down. So I'm going. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. That's slick. All that is the flat 6. So you got this sound. That's a slick little deal. That's why it's good to practice this diatonic lines. 7, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. That's a good thing to do. Oh, look at that. You can do 1, 3, 5, and 7. Remember, I was saying it's all about timing. So sometimes I'll play something that doesn't line up, but then I'll correct it. Man, I'm gonna forget this stuff. Oh man, that's nice. Just arpeggios in minor thirds. That's a good one. That's just 7-1-5. Let me see. 3-2-1. Yeah, and I'm just doing it diatonic. This is in B major concert. I gotta remember to skip. Man, thing about practicing soprano, you really do put some pressure on your thumb. So, and I hadn't practiced it much. So yeah, my thumb is bothering me. So I'm gonna chill out for a minute. But just wanted to get a chance to go over some of this stuff with you. All right, y'all all right out there? What's going on? All right, I'm gonna look at some of these and see if I can answer anything here. Slayer. Somebody said, yo, what's up? Which instrument is that? This is a soprano saxophone. Greetings, greetings. He says, great demonstration. He says he hasn't grasped 2-5-1s, reading music. However, I practice like you doing. Great, I'm not the only one. Only one saxophone. Yeah. Yep. Just keep practicing. Keep working at it. All right, now. That'll be it for this one. We'll see you next go around. Thank y'all for watching and showing your love and support for the channel. And share it. Share it with your friends and tell them to come watch Jazz Whipshed, where we shed on the web. That was my original idea, is to practice and share it with you all out there. So I inspire you to share it. All right, then. We'll see you.